Well, there's a lot of times I don't even like to watch myself. I'm probably harder on myself than most people. I just want to get better and better at what I do, and I will say that in this movie, The Bay, I'm very proud of my performance, and I think I did really good. But I'm not saying I don't have a problem looking at myself up on screen, but it's like a 1 or 2 time thing, and then I'm done, you know. And I just try and keep moving forward and face on or focus on the next project.
Right. And you shouldn't be so hard on yourself, because you have to think of it this way. You made it into the film. You weren't edited out and ended up on the floor.
It's
so
true,
you must
but let me tell you,
your job.
there have been several moments when I've wound up on the cutting room floor, or a part that I worked on for several weeks is cut down to nothing. You know, it's like, oh my word, what in the world did I do? But usually, the bigger the budget, the more they do that.
Really?
Well, you know, they can afford to cut down whatever part it is. So, but I'm really fortunate to have done some pretty awesome work. So I'm pretty pleased.
Which was your favorite role to play?
Well, there's been a lot. Actually, I had a lot of fun doing this film, just because it was so kind of low key and laid back, and we were able to ad-lib and improv quite a bit in this film. But let's see, I did a movie about FDR called Warm Springs. It was an HBO Emmy Award-winning film, and it was pretty awesome. I worked on that for about 3 weeks, and it was like going back in time. You know, just the days of FDR at Warm Springs, and so it was just cool to be on the set that long. I just love. I never want to stop learning my craft.
Right.
So being on a set, I'm soaking up every moment, everything that I'm doing, and you know, the longer I am on a set, the more fun it is for me. So I've been able to meet a lot of cool people. Sweet Home Alabama. Now, I only shot that for, I think I was on that just a couple of days, but it was so fun, you know. Patrick Dempsey and myself were rapping together.
Oh, really?
When do you get to do that, you know?
Yeah,
so
really.
Kind of freestyle rapping and joking around, and we just had a blast. So it was really, really cool.
Yeah, I love it.
I'll videotape it.
You know, also just I've got to go to some pretty cool locations. You know, Montreal and a bunch of different places that, you know, I wouldn't have gotten a chance to go to had I not been doing this. So.
Yeah. Exactly. Now, if you go on a location out of the country to, let's say, Vietnam or something, are you the type of person that would try any food that was put in front of you?
I will try just about anything once, you know, and I guess in that situation also it comes down to if I'm in like a private person's home or if I just bought it from a street vendor, you know.
Right.
If I'm in a private person's home who it would be considered rude that I don't eat this dish, then I would definitely be more willing to down it. And I've been to Indonesia before and have, let's see, what was some weird stuff I've had? I do know that, like, one of my first mornings in Indonesia, for breakfast I had rice, but which sounds like nothing too crazy, but the rice was, whatever they had in it was so spicy hot that my mouth was on fire. So I went to go grab the water to wash it down, and they had boiled the water. But to get out the impurities, they had boiled the water.
Oh, no.
So what I did is basically eat the spiciest rice in the world, and then I washed it down with the hottest water in the world.
Oh, my gosh.
And that combination is not at all what you expect on both accounts. You're like, oh, rice. This is going to be regular rice, and your mouth is on fire. And, and then you think, well, I'm just going to cool off my mouth right now with some water, and you're drinking boiling water. That's not that fun. So
no, that didn't work out so well for you, did it?
No, definitely not.
Oh wow!
I think you should always carry crackers with you.
I'll always carry crackers with you. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, I would. I'm up for trying stuff, so I'm not too shy on that.
Well, you have more courage than I do because I don't eat most American food, so let alone something else that's a bug rolled up in chocolate or something. You know,
well, you got to try something, once in a while. Now this is a shame. What I'm about to tell you is a shame, but my wife and I, on our honeymoon, went to Italy. Got to eat some awesome food. It was great, but when I'm thinking spaghetti, it's a different type of Italian food. So maybe I was too Americanized. I like thicker sauces and things like that. And all their sauces were very kind of runny and watery. And so by the end of our honeymoon, we're basically scouting out Florence for a McDonald's. Now, that's a shame. Is that not a shame?
Yes.
That is like being way too Americanized and used to I don't know, this
pretend
American
Italian
spaghetti or
food.
whatever. There you go. Pretend, yes. Thank you, Maggiano's.
Did you enjoy Italy while you were there, other than the food?
Oh yeah, it was fantastic. We got to go to some really cool places, and it was like going back in time in certain places. So I just love the fact. I remember we went into a lot of museums, a lot of different churches, and the crazy thing is, I would see these paintings hanging on the wall from 1587 or so old. These paintings are older than America. They're the oldest paintings going. But after a while, there is only so many Madonna with child paintings that you can see.
Right.
I think every one we saw was Madonna with child. But some of these churches, we'd walk in and see these paintings, and this painting was so old, but I could have taken the painting off the wall and walked right out of the place.
Oh my God!
There's not any kind of protection or anything for this. So I did.
Well,
maybe
you couldn't see them. Maybe you couldn't see the protection if you tried to take one.
Maybe. Well, I stuck a piece of bubble gum in the corner of one of the paintings. Just to kind of, I'm totally kidding. I actually stuck it to the back of the painting. Yeah. I'm kidding you again.
Because you saw it was slipping off the wall, right? You were just helping.
I'm about protecting and preserving.
Right.
That's what I was about. So.
Okay, so you're so funny, so I have to ask this. Have you ever done stand-up comedy?
I have, yes. I have quite a bit. And in all kinds of different locations. But yeah, I've done a few, and it's been pretty exciting.
Do you ever get a heckler in the crowd and then just go after them like I've seen other people do?
I don't know. I'm kind of standoffish when it comes to that. I don't, I guess, freestyle. When I'm up there, I just kind of stick to my set routine. Now, don't get me wrong. If someone says something, I may throw in a line or two, but there's there's so many hack lines that comedians use that everyone uses. So I try and stay away from that. People,
right.
They all use the same lines. Hey, don't make fun of me up here. I don't come down to McDonald's and make fun of you while you're working. That thing.
Yeah.
It's
That's
all
pretty
cheesy.
bad.
Kid, they're just cheesy lines, right? So,
right.
but yeah, I've done stand up in the craziest places too. I did when I lived in LA. Believe it or not, this was a very hot comedy place at the time. But I did stand up at a sushi place.
Oh wow!
This place was packed with. I was seeing all kinds of former. There used to be a comedy show, maybe America's. It was like American Idol. I can't remember the name of it.
America's Funniest Videos or Talents?
No,
something?
I think it was called Last Comic Standing was the name of the show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, so, half the guys that I saw in that show were performing at the sushi place. So it was pretty crazy, but I got up and I like to do kind of physical comedy too. So the stuff I was doing was just totally ridiculous. Ridiculous stuff.
And you don't want to make anybody mad in a sushi place, right?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Someone will roll me up in the rice paper and serve me. I do not want that. So, but yeah, no. Obviously, I've done normal comedy clubs and stuff, but that's definitely the most crazy place I've done comedy in. And actually, it was a great crowd. They were really energetic and excited to be there.
Would you ever consider being behind the camera for, like, as a producer or director, or even maybe a writer for a comedy show or something?
I think every actor kind of has that dream, but obviously when I'm writing or when I'm wanting to direct or something like that, the thing that I'm writing isn't for someone else, I'm writing that role for myself, or possibly a friend that I have in mind. So I'm always thinking of different things I can do just to be working, just to get out there, even if it's something as simple as doing a video web series or making a pilot, or a good friend of mine out in Atlanta, actor named Russell Cummedy. He's a really well-known actor around town, and he and I are talking about a certain pilot that we're going to want to work on together. So it's just a matter of slowing down and actually doing it. So
right.
So busy and caught up, and I'm the dog who's running around, and someone waves their hand and I go chasing after that person, and someone else waves their hand and I go chasing after that person. So kind of all over the map.
Right.
So if I have a part that comes up all of a sudden, I'm totally focused on whatever is right in front of me.
Right.
So tomorrow another part could come and I'll be focused on that. So it's kind of hard for me to kind of slow down, and that's why for me the writing process takes a little bit longer.
Yeah, you'd
what
actually
I'm trying to say, ladies,
go on
I
was going to say you'd actually have to go on an isolated island or something with no phone or anything, and to be able to sit down and get it all out.
Yeah, I'm a child of ADD. I'm trying to say I have ADD, basically.
Yeah.
If you guys have any Ritalin, let me know.
Yeah.
Slow me down. So.
Oh gosh. Well, of all the projects that you've done and of all the experiences you've had, do you have one in particular that just really is just stands out for you?